Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. Friends, you can see this couple. They are engaged but not married, and they've been together for some years now. The man, he is an Irish national. He's called David, and his fiancée is Catherine. She is from Uganda. Today, they are now in court on a very serious case. This man that you're seeing there now has been ordered to leave his own big mansion, his 10 plots of land, and also farm which worth billions, as a result of the fact that he bought all of this property in the name of his fiancée. A lot of people would ask, why do that to a woman you are not married to? Why would you go and buy such huge amounts of plots that worth billions, mansion, all in the name of a woman whom you are still in a relationship with and not legally married to? Currently, they are in court and they just appeared in court yesterday morning. But the judge who is in charge of this case, called Ruth, she is saying that she's not even ready to go into any detail to find out if David, that's the Irishman, was the person who actually financed all of this property, or whether it was the woman, his fiancée Catherine, was the person who actually financed all of this property. She's not ready to go into any form of details, so long as she sees that the document is reading that it's his fiancée's name that is in the document, which has proven that she is the owner of this property. And so that's why the man is now crying out, and he's crying out for help because what belongs to him has been taken away from him. At the moment, the woman is even claiming that they are married, citing that the husband, she's now calling him her husband, saying that he went to see her family and carried out the traditional marriage. And we know in Africa, once you've done a traditional marriage, it obviously means that you are legally married to the person. You don't need to go to the court or the church before you can be confirmed husband and wife in Africa. That has been the tradition for so many years. She is citing that she wants the marriage dissolved. But the husband, who is the fiancé, she referred to him as the husband, is saying that nothing like marriage ever happened between both of them. That all they did was, in 2014, the lady took him to her mother's house to introduce him and saying that this is the man that has been dating me for so many years right now, and they already have 3 kids together. He also told the mother that I'm the one who is intending to marry your daughter, so we're just engaged at the moment and I am the father of the children. That is what the husband said. And then the court had to go on the findings because this, his fiancée Catherine, is still insisting that she wants the whole marriage dissolved. And you know, once you dissolve a marriage like that, once they have property, everything would go to the hands of the woman. And the court had to go ahead to investigate, and they later discovered that there was no marriage that happened, and as such, there is nothing to dissolve. The fiancé went further to cite that the fiancé went further to cite that this man, David, has been maltreating his children, but there was no proof for her to show that this man has been maltreating his own children. The painful part is the man is crying out and he has shown proof. The only proof he has is the bank transfers, showing that look at the huge amount of money that he's been transferring to this woman so that she can actually pay for the land while it's being written in her own name. The unfortunate thing is that in Uganda, since he's not a citizen, that he can't acquire property there, and there won't be any need for him to buy this property in his name because there is no identification showing that he is a citizen of Uganda. And that is why this man, with the whole of his heart, felt that, okay, this is a woman that I love and I want to get married to. They already have 3 kids. What do you expect this man to think? It's not like a random relationship that has been going on. It's not like he just met the lady, he just engaged her. No, these are people that have been living together for so many years, have 3 grown children who are 12, 10, and 14. So they are not babies anymore. And so he felt so relaxed, and they kept on acquiring this property while they were building the family together. Unknown to this man that this woman was going to do this to him. He had to show proof to the court saying that, all right, look at the transfer I did. All of this huge amount of money I transferred to this woman's account, telling her to buy this land in her name, since he has no right to acquire a land in the country where he is not yet a citizen. Isn't this very wicked? If you look at these things critically, is this woman not meant to help this man get his own citizenship? Is that not how it works? Since he has kids with her and is engaged and they're in the process of getting married legally, she would have started the process of having to get him his own citizenship. But you can see that this woman had her own ulterior motive all along. Her fiancé, Dave, is a successful businessman. And so she mapped out her own strategy owing to the fact that at the end, she would want all of this to come to her. But the court is not even helping matters at all. Despite the fact that this man has presented all his evidence showing that he transferred billions into this woman's account for her to go and buy all of this property, the court still did not accept. They are saying that so long as that document is reading that all of these things acquired and purchased was in the name of Catherine, that this property obviously belongs to her. What are they expecting this man to do now? This is the kind of thing that would happen, and some people would end up taking their own life, because you can imagine you've been sweating, working so hard, acquired properties, 10 acres of land, 10 acres of farmland, and a huge property of mansion that he actually built, all gone for one woman whom you are not even married to. It's so painful because the court is not ruling anything in his favor. It's ruling everything to the woman's favor. She has even filed for a restraining order against this man. She's not even citing anything. All she's citing is that he has been maltreating the children. And the children are not even saying anything like the father has been maltreating them. Nothing like that. To make matters worse, she has also said she doesn't want the man close to his children anymore. And the court granted this instantly. What kind of a court ruling is this? Why is it that everything is going to the favor of the woman, owing to the fact that this man has already shown proof? At least that bank transfer should be enough. But the court is saying that no, so long as the document is reading Catherine's name in it, it shows that everything belongs to her. The court has finally ruled in her favor and saying they should give him a restraining order against his own children, and that she should take full custody of the children. What a painful life for this man right now. But he is saying he's still going to appeal this, that he's not accepting what the court has actually ruled against him, citing that everything now belongs to the woman and nothing belongs to him. So he's now left empty-handed. This will serve as a very, very big lesson to a lot of people out there. Some people have made such mistakes and it can't be retrieved back again. Imagine billions you have put into something and in the end, he's going with nothing. But I'm glad he's not backing down. Dave is still standing up to say he's going to appeal this and fight this till the end to ensure that what he has labored for comes back to him. This woman is a very mean person. Look at these things critically. Why would she be lying and saying that this man did not acquire this property? Alright, another thing is that she has no proof of saying that this is what she is doing to get such amount of money. And the court is not even ready to dig deep or to investigate further to find out what kind of job are you doing that you have earned such amount of money. They can see that the man has a successful business where he's actually earning this money from. But this woman has no proof to show to them that this is what she is doing to have acquired this money. Is it like they're trying to ensure that the whole thing comes in the favor of the woman and not the man who has shown proof at least that bank transfer? Is it not enough? I just hope that in the end this man gets back his property, or we hope that they would all do this in his own favor. Because why would she end up lying all because she wants to acquire property to herself? The man is saying that as this has gone viral now, that's what he's saying right now, that it will discourage other investors, foreigners, to come into their country to invest, because at the end of the investment it shows that it will favor people in Uganda and not other foreigners that have come to invest. And that is the truth, because him acquiring property, even having the farmland, all of these are investments which would also fall back as revenue for the country. But at the end, now they are now making it look like the man is the one lying and the woman is the person that has to be favored. People should learn lessons from this. Some people have done that in some other parts of the country, not just here. Because if you're writing a property in someone else's name, so long as the name is in that document, that is whom they will work with, and not you who has financed it, because they are not even trying to consider the fact that billions was transferred from his account to Catherine's account for her to purchase all of those properties. This woman must be a very, very mean person to have calculated and mapped out her own strategies very well to suit her. And that is what is happening right now. So imagine she's now having full custody of their 3 children. You'll be asking, what kind of government is this, or what kind of ruling is this? Why are they not even putting this man into any form of consideration at all? At least hear him out or further investigate so as to get to the root of this matter. There is no how that he would not have other proofs aside from this bank transfer. Why will this woman treat this man like this? This is the father of your own children. When bad things start happening to people tomorrow, they'll be saying, God, why me? Unknown to them that they have used their hands to do things to themselves. You don't cheat someone like this right in front of the person. And this is not someone that she just met. This is someone they've been living with for so many years. She didn't cite any domestic violence, nothing. All she used was the children. And you know, once you have presented kids as your own bait to domestic activities that are going wrong, the court would always rule in the favor of the person that have complained. They would not want kids to grow up in an environment that is toxic. Unknown to them that this woman is just cooking up lies upon lies. And you know, she would also incite the children to say things, except if the children would decide to succumb to what she is saying. Otherwise, in situations like this, you expect even the kids, despite the fact that they are still young, they can stand up for their father and say something. It's so sad that this man doesn't even have anyone to back up his claim. If only he had some other witnesses, at least they would have stood up for him. If you're out there and you are doing something like this, you better have a rethink about it. If you're not legally married to someone, it's even better for you to hold on until you are legally married. If you really want to put the person's name in the document, it should be both names, not just one person's name. Or you can even put the other person as a benefactor, not the sole owner, because that's how they do it. You put someone as your benefactor, and then you, that is the financer of that particular property, will be the sole owner of the property. You will incite or indicate your name there. But having to buy everything, acquire everything in the name of someone you are not legally married to, it's just a very wrong move. And it's affecting Mr. David right now. It's so sad that he's watching everything he has labored for sweep away from his hand, especially his own kids. Imagine that he has to just come and visit, and the court has to tell him when to visit. You can't just go in randomly to go and visit his children. His house, he's watching at his mansion, all being taken away from him. Some people are very, very mean. They can go to any length to acquire whatever they think they want. And that is what this woman has done. Not even considering these children. All she felt is she wants to have all of this to herself and then keep on with whatever she wants to do. But that is really sad that the court is not even ready to investigate further to find out what Dave is saying, if it's true or not. But the evidence he only has right now is just the bank transfer. Should anyone suffer all because he doesn't have the right to acquire property? He would have bought the property in his name. It wasn't like a deliberate thing that he wanted to just buy the property in his fiance's name, but all because they told him that since he doesn't have any legal document as a citizen of the country, he can't be the one to buy this property in his name. Alright, why don't they go to the places where they had acquired this property? I think that would have been another proof for this man. Definitely, because since the people told him he can't acquire any property since he is not a citizen, then he should take the court or take the police there so that they can have some sort of proof for him. It's really sad that there's no one even standing out to back out all of this so as to help him get back what belongs to him. Some people are very mean. They are only after their own selfish interest, what they will gain from you. So watch out, friends. If you're in a serious relationship with anybody, be sure what that person wants from you. Especially if you have properties, if you have acquired a lot and then you know that all of these things belong to you, please watch and pause before you start making a huge mistake of filling in the person's name in those documents, especially when you're not legally married to the person. If you are in a situation like Dave, where you are in a country and you are not a citizen of that country, rather than acquiring those properties in that person's name, please, it's better you even put a stop until you have gotten your legal documents that you can buy something or buy those properties in your own name. Or better still, there should be a signed agreement. If you really want to acquire those property in that person's name, let the courts be aware that there's an agreement. Write the agreement, it should be signed. And then that should stand as a very strong evidence for anyone in a situation like David. Otherwise, you would end up losing to someone who doesn't have your interest at heart. That is where some people make a whole lot of mistake. Although, if you look at the case of David, it wasn't a mistake. It was just because he was not in the position to buy those properties in his name. Otherwise, he would have bought it in his name. But this woman, being so mean, decide that she wants to acquire everything to herself. Some people are very, very dangerous, and you would not know until something happens. At the moment, Michael is even very shocked that his own fiancée, Catherine, would treat him this way. He least expected it. It's not like they were having issues. It's not like they were having some sort of setback. Nothing. Everything was moving on fine until the woman decides that this is time for him to leave and she wants to go on with the property. Don't be carried away with love, especially if you are not legally married to somebody. Be very, very careful. Even if you really want to acquire the property, please do the needful. Go and get a signed document, a signed contract, agreement showing that you are the sole owner of whatever you are trying to purchase. Otherwise, you would end up like David. He's now in a difficult situation and he's trying to see how he can get everything back. Friends, what do you all think about this? Do you think that David buying the property in his fiance's name was a wrong move? Also, with the ruling that the court is saying that since the documents are in Catherine's name, it all belongs to her. Is that the right approach? Well, I'm sure some of you have legal knowledge and would know better if this is the best way or the right way to handle issues like this in court. Shouldn't there be any form of investigation as to cite and know who really has this property? Friends, please, whatever you think about this, you could put that down at the comment section. Also, this woman taking all of this property to herself and restraining the father of her children, taking full custody, should this also be the right approach? She never mentioned domestic violence. In situations where the court take up with people like this is if the woman cites domestic violence, but nothing like that happened. Then why should the court rule in her favor? We hope that at the end, since Michael wants to appeal, if all of these things has been presented and presented rightfully, Hope he gets back his property. Hope the court goes further to investigate as to find out who is the rightful owner of all of this property, despite the fact that it's Catherine's name that is in the document. It's so sad that Michael has to struggle for what belongs to him like this. Friends, watch your back and be very sure of whom you are dealing with and whose name you are putting in a document. Check and ask questions before you do that. Probably Michael did not ask questions before he went ahead to fill in his fiance's name on the document without showing any proof that he was the only person who financed this property. Well, we just hope that the court would see the need to investigate as to know who really has this property and why Michael needs his property back. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to hit on the like button. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.